What's going on? Welcome back to Bandboozled. I got Jonte Devon, good friend of mine,
what's going on?
Prolific freestyler and rapper.
Pretty much.
You sent me a few albums to pair up.
Yes.
One really jumped out at me because it's one of my favorites. Marauders by Tribe Called Quest.
Yes. When I was starting off in this whole rapping thing or whatnot, this was like one of the first albums that my uncle gave me. Like he gave me this and the De La Soul. Sex time, like
yeah.
So when he gave it to me, like I'm just like, man, what is this? You know, man, I played that thing in my little boombox in my bum bag at the time I was a little jit or whatnot.
Yeah.
It was over. It was over, man. Like once I heard Q-Tip, Five Dog spitting, it was a wrap. And that started like my interest into like what they would call quote unquote real hip hop or whatnot. It also affected my style and like, you know, like the way I dress, the way what I rap about, like how I don't cuss in my music. It kind of like molded me into the artist that I am today.
Listening back, it's been a minute listening to this album all the way through. I just forgot how fun and bouncy. It's just a mid-tempo all the way through album. It got me thinking too, it's funny that you mentioned De La Soul, because this was 93, I want to say. And the early 90s, a lot of those hip-hop collectives were really starting to grow and start to blossom. You had Tribe Called Quest, De La Soul, Far Side.
Right, yeah, Far Side as well.
Yeah.
Lab California, that was the album.
That's that era of all these collectives blossoming and growing. So me being a nerd and word associating, I went with the concept of blossoming, so I wanted to go with something that was a little bit more floral. Then I found myself also playing Lyrics to Go back to back. So I was listening to it.
Yeah.
It's the closing track on that album, and it almost feels like the last word on that album. So I'm going to teach you how to make a cocktail known as the last word. Gin-based cocktail, so it has those floral qualities to it already. It uses green chartreuse, which adds a little bit of like herbaceousness to it as well. A cherry liqueur, Luxardo maraschino cherry liqueur, which is going to give it like some light sweetness to it, but also complement more of the floral, and then some citrus to bring it all into balance with some lime juice. So,
okay.
I'm gonna teach you how to whip it up. We'll start with the lime juice. We're gonna do 3/4 ounces of
there?
Yeah, that's pretty solid. Toss it right in there. Each ingredient that we use is equal parts, so everything's gonna be 3/4 ounces.
Okay, cool.
Then we'll do the gin since I got it right here. Grab the chartreuse while you're doing that. Green chartreuse. And then the very last one is the Luxardo maraschino liqueur. We don't have the bottle with us, but we got some liquor with it.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and do the same thing real quick. Grab that tin, you're gonna fill it up with a little bit of ice, and we're gonna shake this boy up. The last word shaken, and then we toss it in some coupe glasses. It's served up. Ready? You can double strain it if you want. I kind of like having ice chips in my cocktails that are served up. We're not gonna do the most right now. Just keep it in mind.
Okay.
I like to garnish it off with a cherry since it's a cherry liqueur in there already.
Sure.
That's sketching me out. I got scared.
And there's some cherries right over here. Would you look at that?
Wow, what a surprise.
I know.
All right, you ready to give it a shot?
Yeah, let's give it a shot.
Cheers, buddy. I'm glad that you were able to come through.
Yes, for sure.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's got those floral notes to it.
Yeah.
It's bright, it's light, pretty refreshing.
Pretty refreshing.
I'd listen to Midnight Marauders and
Yeah,
sip
for
on
sure.
this.
You can sit back chilling and just sip on this a little bit, you know?
Good.
For sure.
Well, Jonte, I appreciate you coming through. That's going to be our pairing for Midnight Marauders' last word.
Yes.
Easy, bright, refreshing cocktail. You're going to have a new music video by the time this is out, right?
Yeah, by the time this is out, Reality Jones will be out.
Hell yeah.
For the public to view, yes.
Sure. So Jonte's putting in word. Follow him on everything. Easy follow Jonte Devon.
Jonte Devon, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, whatever you have, all streaming platforms as well.
Yes, and then he'll potentially be on the website as soon as it's ready to go with his own merch designs.
Yes. Looking forward to it.
Yeah.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it.
Thank you. I appreciate you. We'll catch you next time. Keep it great, City Flow.
My knees!
My neck. My back.
His pussy and his crack.